Welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. My name is Theo. Gentlemen, wearing Tiger Red? Sunday Red? My mind stopped. Sunday Red is Chenji man. Guys, welcome back. First episode of 2024. Officially episode 62. First episode of 2024. Welcome back. I hope we're doing this correctly. I hope the mics are working. I hope the cameras are working properly. What is going on? Welcome. Chenji. Hello.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone
Year.
out there listening, watching, vibing. Happy New Year, Theo.
Thank you, man.
Haven't seen you in ages.
Yes.
Miss you, man.
I miss you too.
Hope you had a good Christmas.
It was okay. You definitely had a better time than I did. You 100% had a better time than I did. Please tell us what you got up to, Chenji.
Winter golf, also known as skiing. So, you know those golfers that spend their days in the golf course in the summer.
Yeah.
What they do in the winter, they just go to the mountains. And funny enough, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this last year because when I went skiing last year, and that was in like France, in Courchevel. There's basically like this hotel. I was up this ski lift, yeah, and I was in this little cabin with a lady, and who turned out to be from London as well. And said that she's a golfer too. So obviously we got chatting a bit. Like, she's a skier, she's a golfer, and actually she told me, actually, if you look on the right side, from the lift, right, you see though little slope in there, right? That's actually a golf course, but covered in snow.
No way.
In the winter, right, it's basically like one of the slopes you can ski through, like on the way to the hotel.
That's pretty
and
cool.
And then when everything like thaws,
Yeah,
it becomes it's a 9-hole golf course.
That's
and
pretty cool.
People go play there in the summer.
That makes sense.
I've never, how we always go to we kind of play in the links, play by the sea.
Yeah.
That's like super cool. But I tell you what, I really want to play in the proper mountains, in Switzerland, in France, in the Alps. There's loads of these kind of courses in the valleys.
Yeah.
Where literally as you're hitting a drive, for example, you can literally see this huge mountain range.
Yeah.
Right as your backdrop. It looks super sick.
I bet you there's more golf courses embedded in like ski resorts than what you actually think, because it would make so
100%.
much sense. Because it's just all
100%.
open fields with like trees all around. That would make so much sense to have golf courses. And it's business opportunity. You can make money in the winter. You can make money in the summer, right? So
Exactly.
I'm sure.
So actually, I thought I was joking by saying skiing is winter golf, but actually, in a way, if you like skiing through summertime golf course.
Listen, yes, but anything you do in the winter that's not golf is considered as winter golf. From darts to paddle to I don't know what else, badminton. What other sports have we tried to play? I don't know, spin classes. It's all considered winter golf. So it's just
Going to the gym.
Going to the gym. I don't know if that counts as winter golf.
But also speaking of winter golf, did you see I think they released it last year or something, but there's an episode about Ludwig Åberg playing back home in Sweden in the winter.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
At his home club. So basically, I think it was either Golf Digest or PGA Tour Production. I don't know which one ever it was, but it's on their Instagram, right? And basically it follows Ludwig Åberg back in his home club in Sweden.
That's
in the
pretty
winter.
cool.
So when he would go back in the winter, right, he would keep on playing. Now, bearing in mind, everything is frozen and everything is covered in snow. He literally has a broom in his carry bag. Yeah.
No way.
So, and basically on the green, he basically just brooms the line, just basically gets rid of all the snow or the powder,
That is
and
absolutely
then starts
mental.
putting. Right.
I'm gonna try and find
here's the killer. Here is the killer. Guess what color ball he uses?
Don't say white.
He's using a white ball.
No!
Mate, watch that video.
what
Obviously
was
these
that
guys are so good. Ludwig Åberg,
Sweden
winter golf, Sweden.
I'll find it. Oh, I'll find it. Right now it's at the time, but
Yeah, but it's super sick. Imagine you're this good to play with a white ball in a snow-covered golf course, bringing with you a broom so you can sweep away the snow and then just keep on playing.
I'm literally watching the video right now, dude.
It's
literally
crazy.
frozen. How are you playing
Yeah, exactly.
with a white ball over snow?
I don't know how you're playing with a white ball over snow, man. How do you even find that?
Dude, there's no
it's
way.
actually crazy.
There's
and,
like 6
you know,
inches of snow on the green.
I think the interviewer was like, "Oh, so what do you find the most difficult about, like, playing in the winter here?" And then, you would think, like, trying to find the ball, but he says, "No, it's actually the hardest thing. I think it's trying to tee it up with the tees because the ground is frozen and I can't tee it up."
That's how you know you're so good that you play in the snow.
You know.
I'm so good at golf that I can play in the snow with a white ball and not lose it. That is the biggest flex that you can possibly that's incredible. Dude, it's literally like 3 inches of snow and he's just playing, and I don't know, man. Do you reckon it's like good practice for like bunker shots? Snow?
Yeah, but he says it's like easier than bunker shots because, it obviously doesn't spin much, right? Like, it just basically like flows through, and it's you got to pick it perfectly, and it's pretty cool.
It's mad, right? Because snow is like it's a lot more it's not dense. What's the word I'm looking for? Like light. It's a lot lighter than sand. So I bet it's a pretty nice feeling.
Oh, I bet it is.
Hitting a ball that's on the snow.
That's a good idea. We should like shoot some videos about it, like shooting some balls in the snow.
I think it would be quite satisfying because you just like that crunch. It's just gonna be ball, nothing else. I don't know. But
like
that's
find
really
an empty farmer's field or something like that, and then just literally go out there and hit some balls when it snows.
Until you hit it, and then you realize underneath it's not actually grass, but it's rocks, or I don't know, a tree trunk, and then you end up snapping your clubs.
There goes that lovely brand new T150s you got fitted for, 200s you got fitted for.
Yeah, they're gone, finished. Yeah, it's mad. Here's a question, just completely off the back of that. Like if you're playing a random round on a Sunday, and you've got a ball, and let's say it's behind a tree, but you can kind of hit the ball straight and get it back in play, would you go for it and risk snapping a club or damaging your club, or would you, I don't know, like hit it out and just lose a shot and whatever?
Now look, if it's a competitive round, as in like it's a club comp or
like a big
right?
Club comp,
like a big comp, I would just basically hit it out. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not that rich. I don't get free clubs. Definitely, like I'm not gonna hit like hero swing, and knowing that I'm not gonna be good enough anyway. Even in the best case scenario, I'd be maybe 50 yards closer, but I'm not going to be on the green, right? Like I can't be like this PGA Tour pro, so it makes zero sense. Yeah. If it's like a friendly round and we're playing with friends, I just tell them I'm just gonna kick it out a little bit so I can have a full swing without breaking the club.
I completely agree with you.
If somebody like does the same thing, I'm just like, yeah, go for it. Like,
who cares?
I've got
who cares?
Like, no drama. Who cares? Like, hit your swing because I don't want you to feel bad by losing a club just because you got unlucky and got stuck right under the tree. I mean, I think some people will say like, oh, that's not the game of golf. It's all about, play it as it lies. No. But, look, you're playing some rounds with friends. You want to have a good time. There's no
last thing I want
is competitive.
Is to having a great time and then end up slapping a club. No. I completely agree with you. I would not even, like, as a joke, I might say, oh, that's the 2-shot penalty or whatever. But there's no way I'm going to implement that. There's no way. And I would even, like, on Sunday, we were playing golf, and this actually happened, but not to me, to somebody else. And I was like, dude, just kick it out. I don't care. He goes, but it's a penalty. Like, it's just us. There's no competition. We're just out to have a good time. You're not risking snapping your club for you to just hit a shot that might not even work out, and it might end up going 50 yards anyway. So it's fine. Just get back. Just kick it out. Either, play it as it lies, but don't play it properly. Just kind of play it out towards the fairway, or just kick it out. I don't care. Yeah. I've got another friend. He actually carries I think it's either a pitching wedge or a 4-iron, which is obviously night and day. But he carries, let's say it's a pitching wedge. He carries this pitching wedge. It's his first ever pitching wedge that he got like 10 years ago, whatever. And he doesn't care about it. And he has that as a little rescue club. So if he is behind a tree or whatever, he's like, this is the club I'm going to use because I can try and hit it and actually get back in play. And if I do hit a tree and I snap the club, I don't care because it's an old crappy club. So I've got nothing to lose. It is what it is. Like, it's just in my bag for this kind of occasion. Like, I wouldn't use it for anything else. I'm like, yeah.
Well, that feels like a waste of like extra weight. I mean, like, even if you don't need, I mean, if you have every single gapping, I mean, obviously you waste like, one club on something that's like kind of random.
Yeah.
And
I agree. And it's like,
you
how many times in 1 year are you actually going to use that club for that specific purpose? I get it, but then again...
And plus, like those old clubs as well, they're going to be heavy on the top. They might be like, they're not going to be the same club as you normally swing. So
no chance.
It's very likely that when you do get into that kind of situation and trying to like, hit an absolute like, worldie of a shot,
it's actually not going to work out.
You miss the ball because, you don't know how to swing that particular club because it's so very different compared to your usual clubs that you use.
I agree. I agree. But it's just one of those things.
Hey, but whatever floats your boat, whatever
Exactly.
makes you comfortable.
Exactly.
We're all here for a good time. So.
He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't really, even really have a full bag of clubs anyway. So he's like that one extra club. Like he's not really good. I mean, saying that, dude, you carry 2 pitching wedges. So,
wow.
So it's like we're going so far away. Like, oh, well, that's extra weight. You literally carry 2 pitching wedges.
Yeah, because they have different lofts. One pitching wedge is 43 degrees, and one pitching wedge is 48 degrees.
That 48-degree wedge is
fair
actually
enough.
a gap wedge. So it should be called the gap.
But my gap wedge is 54 degrees.
But that's a wedge. That's not a gap wedge. That's like one below a sand wedge.
But what's my 58 degree then?
That's your sand wedge. Wait, have you got a lob wedge?
No, I mean I don't have any.
So that's the lob wedge. So your 58 is your lob wedge.
Exactly, my 58 is my lob wedge. My 54 is my sand wedge. My 52 is my gap wedge, and my 48 is my pitching wedge, and my 43 is my pitching wedge.
Is your 9.5 club? Is it your 9.5 iron?
Is my 9.5? Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Well, actually, here's a question, like, because you mentioned, like, your friend having that one club that is his first 4 iron or something like that. What happened to your first ever set of clubs?
I have them.
Still have them?
Yeah, I have them in the attic. And it's funny because I recorded a video the other day to send to the group chat, like, guys, I'm thinking about opening a pro shop. What do you guys think? I have 7 golf bags. I don't need 7 golf bags. 7. And 2 of them I got over Christmas. One I bought myself like a Titleist carry bag because the one that I was currently using was really, I had a Callaway carry bag. It was really heavy to the point where it was so heavy because I was so oblivious. This was my first ever carry bag. I bought from Costco actually with the set of Costco clubs, and I've always had this carry bag.
So your first ever clubs were Costco Callaway edges?
No, they weren't. My first ever clubs I bought from eBay for £27 from a guy's son that he passed away, and they were just selling off all his stuff. I got a bag, 14 clubs, tees, gloves, balls, everything that you could possibly need to start golf for £27. And it was
amazing.
And honestly, they're like early 90s Wilson clubs. The grip is literally leather. Like in the winter, you cannot hit these clubs. Like the shock generated from the club head just goes through your body and like starts from your toes and moves all the way up to your to your head. It's just this horrible feeling of like, oh my God. Like, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there listening that know exactly the same, like what feeling I'm talking about. Only 100%. When you've scored, your first shot of the day on the driving range in the freezing cold, that feeling that just rushes through your hands. Horrible. Yeah. But I still have those clubs.
No way.
I still have them, yeah. And I bought a carry bag, a Titleist carry bag, which is lighter. And I thought that all carry bags weighed the same. Not the same, but similar. And I was like, this Callaway carry bag is like quite heavy. And to the point where I would choose not to play golf if I had to carry a bag. Because I was like, I can't, man. It was like 20 kilos. I'm like, I can't. And everyone was like, what are you moaning about? Just carry, it's fine. It's not that bad. And I thought it was like, it's just heavy. Until I bought this new Titleist bag. And now I'm like, mate, I can carry all throughout summer, no problem. Because it's such a light, bag. It's easy. It's like a little backpack. It's nice. And my wife bought me a new staff bag, a new trolley bag, Titleist trolley. So that's in the attic, brand spanking new, not even used it yet. I'm going to take it out in the summer. And I've got a bunch of clubs. I've got a bag, a golf bag that's just wedges, dude. I've got like literally a sand wedge, a pitching wedge, 2 lob wedges, a couple of like gap wedges. There's like 8 clubs that are just wedges, and I can't bring myself to sell them. I have my old Ping G410 driver up there. There's like 3 sets of clubs.
Wait, so you've never sold a single club?
No, well, I sold my
like the putter. Like you sold the putters. I know that. Like, but
I sold the putter, then I went and bought a different putter. But I had a 3-wood, a Ping G425 3-wood that I sold to buy a 5 hybrid, and I don't have a 3-wood in my bag now. But yeah, I mean, I've literally sold maybe 2 clubs, a 3-wood and a putter. I don't remember any other clubs I've sold.
But because you know why I asked this question as well, right? Like because so I kind of want to ask you the question, like, you know, every single golf club and the model that you've ever owned, right, and how much they costed you, because we were like, obviously, like last episode we talked about how much money you spent last year on golf, but like, you know, let's kind of look back to the very beginning, how much you were spending like in the initial, like, you know, on just a set of clubs. Because so today I was actually like renewing my visa, so I was like trying to apply for visas and then ask you like what times you were away. Right, like, you know, from away from the UK. So I was like, oh my god, I've been away for like bloody like 100 times.
Yeah,
and it needs like, you need to know the date where you left, the date where you came in
on so every single trip.
On every single trip.
Oh, wow.
So what I do, I get on my like Google Photos, and then I just like look at all the photos, right, and see like, okay, you know, literally like day by day, week by week, and I look like, okay, I was away that week. Yeah. But then obviously, like, you know, I get to see all the golf, like literally since 2009, like 20, when I first swung a swing, and I got to see like all the videos that I took of myself, all the swings, and I'm like looking at myself, people, as I was like looking for my travel sort of dates. And then I was also looking at the golf videos, and I was like, that looks disgusting, Chenji. Like,
and imagine in 10 years' time,
a bit cringy.
Or 5 years' time.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and then I was looking at, what are those clubs, man? Like, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I own these clubs. And so my first ever set of clubs were like at like some random local pro shop, right? And I said, I've never played golf before. What's the cheapest stuff you can give me? Like, I just want to, like, you know, I've got like £100 I want to blow, and, you know, what can you get me? Yeah. So he got me like these bunch of pretty new looking, but they are obviously used, like Dunlop irons. Yeah. Super heavy, man. Like now after thinking back, they were super, super heavy. But it was like 9 clubs for like £50.
That is very good. That is very cheap.
That is, and it's quite new. It's not like, you know, the grips were like leather. They were all like, you know, rubber, and they looked perfectly fine. And then scavenged this like brand new Slazenger carry bag, for like £25. Gave me like 3 really old, like, you know, Callaway Warbird woods, like fairway woods, and the driver, which like it was £10 each. And there I had like, you know, for basically like £120, I had a whole bag, like a whole like set of irons, like three fairway woods, including the driver, and no wedges, because that was part of the irons. And so yeah, those were my first set of clubs. And then, you know, as I was slowly getting addicted into this whole thing, I was like, you know, going on eBay, I was going on to Gumtree, going on to like Facebook Marketplace. Yeah,
that's dangerous places, man. Dangerous
That was super
places.
dangerous, dude. Yeah. At one point I was looking back, and like throughout COVID, basically, I was kind of like a club dealer.
Yeah. I
would buy and sell.
I remember.
Because I would literally like, you know, go out there and look at the clubs, and I'm like, I was looking at these pictures.
It's quite fun. It's very, very interesting. Like 3-4 days ago, Stel messaged me a link on eBay about these 2017 P790s, and he's thinking about getting them. And I'm like, dude, no. Like, if you're gonna buy any clubs, get the 2019 P790s. 2017, they don't look as nice. They look a lot older than what they actually are. Like, if you're gonna buy P790, get the 2019 ones, because they're still unbelievable golf clubs.
They look new, yeah.
Yeah. So then, obviously, I go down the rabbit hole, and I'm on eBay looking at P790s. I'm like, oh, I really want to get a set of these clubs and just keep them.
Oh my god!
And then from there, I'm going to like Nike drivers, Nike putters, Nike, and I'm like, oh my god!
I had one of those, dude. I had a Nike driver, and I bought for some, like, and I don't know where I even got that from. I literally forgot where I got that from. and then it didn't come with a head cover, so I had to scavenge on eBay for like a head cover that matched its thing, right? So it was one of those like, removable cores. It looked like a battery, and it was like a pretty sick looking thing. It's got the Vaporfly or something like that. But like they had the thing with the adjustable thing inside, so you couldn't really find. I mean, I couldn't find it anywhere on eBay, and I paid something like, I don't know, like £80 for it, when I sold it for £200 because it was like so special.
That's what I mean. Stell actually has no way. I just Googled. Wow. Okay. Stell. I don't even think Stell knows this. He has a Nike Vaporfly driver.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Tour head, right? He has one, and I'm like, dude, if you ever want to give me a birthday present or a Christmas present, please give me this driver. He's like, no. He almost sold it. He almost sold it to somebody or whatever. And I just Googled it now. Nike Vaporfly Pro driver, oven Tour head plus dot stamped. I don't even know. Like, I think I don't know, dude. It's £572.
That's crazy.
There's another one here, Nike Japan version, blue Vaporfly, £300. Dude, I bet you Stell doesn't even know how much these go for.
I will say though, like, they look pretty good.
It's not about looking good. It's the nostalgia.
Seriously,
you literally own a piece of golf history.
100%.
That's why I would want this, dude. This one that I'm looking at right now, I don't know if you're looking at the same one. It's beat up to death. There's scratches everywhere on the bottom, on the face, on everything, and it's £570. And if that's great from Japan, wow. That is actually mental. Sorry if you can hear Tiger in the background barking. That's he's gone a bit crazy lately, but that's mental. But yeah, I said to Stell, all I want is for you to just give me this piece of history, but I don't think it will. Anyway, speaking of piece of history...
Good times.
Speaking of piece of history and Nike and all this, breaking news that broke out today on the day that we're actually recording, Monday the 8th of January. Tiger Woods and Nike mutually agree to go their separate ways after 27 years together. So many things to unpack. I mean, this is so fresh. There's not really much gossip going around the internet, but within a few days, few weeks, there's going to be a lot of I don't know, truth coming out or whatever. I don't think this was like not an attack or like, oh, we don't want you anymore kind of thing. I think this was this mutual decision, more for Nike, I think, than Tiger, because Jason Day has left Nike to go to Melbourne, which is pretty cool. I do quite like that because Melbourne is such a small brand compared to Nike, and it's kind of taking a risk with them. But I think that by what I gathered, Nike want to leave the golf space. So within a few years, or if that, they're going to stop producing golf clothes, which is a shame because some of the best gear that I have is actually from Nike. The best t-shirts, best trousers, the most comfortable, whatever.
You love the shoes.
I love. Oh, mate,
you love those Nike shoes.
I'm glad that they're going to stop making golf apparel, because the amount of money that I spend on shoes, on golf shoes from Nike every single year is actually crazy. I am a sucker for the limited edition.
Why would Nike get out of golf? Because they're so people love that brand, and they've got some really well priced entry level stuff. They got some really cool collaboration stuff going on. They even got the Jordan golf stuff, right? Which obviously Nike
I agree.
owns.
I think that Nike is so big that the golf space that they're involved in is only a fraction of what they're actually interested in. So I think that they're not even it's not even worth our time. We're not making.
Fair enough.
We're only making $100 million a year when we should be making $1 billion. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think it's worth their time, and I think within a few weeks or months you will see Rory, Brooks, Scotty Scheffler, Tom Kim, all of these, Tony Finau, which is a massive. Obviously, he's been with Nike for ages. I think they're all going to be leaving I don't know where they're going to go. I'm sure there's plenty of good homes for them to go to. I'm sure there'd be a bunch of people waiting to sign them up. But it's interesting, and it's a shame because you cannot imagine Tiger Woods playing golf without wearing a tick on his chest.
Well, but funny enough though, right? Like obviously, since his return, I think was it last year, right? After his like accident.
Yeah.
He's always worn Nike shoes, yeah? Like his black Nike shoes.
Yeah.
But literally since last year after his operation, he started wearing FootJoys.
And we spoke about this like on the day that it happened. I was like, oh my, it was like breaking news. Tiger Woods. And I genuinely believe, I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. What I was going to say was I genuinely believe that the FootJoys genuinely helped Tiger Woods play better golf. Or no, sorry, it was more comfortable for him, right?
Okay.
But then again, Nike is literally a shoe brand. They can easily make the exact same shoe that he was wearing with FootJoy. Like it, I don't know. Was it that difficult to make 5 pairs of shoes for Tiger Woods? For him to still
I mean,
wear
like, come on, look at this. At that level, right? You get bespoke shoes, don't you? Like 100%. Everything you have wearing, like especially the ones that make a difference to your performance, you get it bespoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the clubs are like prototypes. I bet you, like, it's so easy to, for them to mold a pair of shoes based on his exact shoe size and make it very comfortable.
Agree. There's no way.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting. Like, do you reckon at that point he knew he was going to leave Nike, or did Nike at that point knew that we're not going to start? Well, I don't know, because it's been like a year. It's been like a year basically, right?
I'm sure the decision for both parties has not been easy. Would he do that? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
But I think that's a good question for so what do you think is next? Because sure, like Tiger Woods can, I don't know, represent Titleist and FootJoy, but I just don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. Like it would be Titleist. Titleist is like it would be their wet dream to sign Tiger Woods to represent Titleist, but it's not going to happen because he's got a contract with TaylorMade as well for his equipment, right? So he's going to either start his own brand, which he already kind of has, right?
Would you like me to tell you what's going to happen? I already know what's going to happen.
Go on. All right, you heard it here first.
Okay, 2 things could happen. Number 1 is he starts his own brand, maybe with Rory McIlroy might join to start his own golf brand where he can do whatever he wants, or he will go down the route of the Jason Days and the Roger Federers of golf, of the sporting world, where I wouldn't be surprised, and this would make more sense for me because there's such busy people. It's almost too much work for them to start their own brand. Like, you're going to need an absolute, the biggest team, you're going to need 200 people to run this. Because if Tiger Woods tomorrow releases a t-shirt, it will sell out immediately. But that's not Tiger Woods behind the scenes setting up websites, setting up payment platforms, it's a whole team of people setting up all these stuff. And I think it might be too much stress for him to start his own brand. What I wouldn't be surprised of him doing, along with every other major golfer that's going to leave Nike, is if they join up with a small brand and have some sort of ownership. Like, for example, G4. G4 is a great brand. They're just started. Well, I don't know how long they've been in the space, but recently they've kind of started making waves a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if G4 signed, I don't know, Scotty Scheffler. I'm just shouting a name. Or Brooks Koepka. I could easily see Brooks Koepka with G4,
easily.
right? And then G4 doesn't have the $100 million that Brooks Koepka wants, for example, because, okay, we'll give you $50 million plus you're going to own 10% of the company. I think that's a decent deal. I swear that's what Roger Federer did.
But also, that's what John Rahm did with Callaway. He has actual equity in the company, right?
Uniqlo deal. There you go. For the move to Uniqlo paid off, allowing him to become an investor in the Swiss performance footwear company on and promote its shoes. And I'm pretty
right.
sure. I'm pretty sure Uniqlo was nothing before Roger, and now it's like worth like $1 billion squazillion. I'm not saying Roger Federer did all this, but if you got if you got a good product,
huge amount of value. Exactly.
Oh yeah, if you have a good product and then you put the face of the product that that's everybody loves with that product, it's gonna work. There's no way it's not gonna work. It's not a gimmick.
But seriously, like, you know, this is actually really good timing. Like, you know, if Nike were to basically, like, you know, say, get out of the golf space, right? This would be such a good time for G4, right? Imagine you're signing Jason Day, Scotty Scheffler, Tony Finau, right?
Yeah.
Tom Kim, and these are like popular golfers, like,
yeah,
you know, for
big
people
time.
across all ages, right?
Yeah.
And
but then again,
we don't even talk about Tiger, right? Because that's like a different gravy.
Yeah.
But we talk about all these players, and all of a sudden they start wearing, like, you know, their hats at G4, right? They start like going on campaigns, you know, with G4 branded goods. You can see their shoes, and I love their shoes. I wore my posh G4 shoes for the first time, like, you know, in the range the other day, like for New Year's, and it feels great, like loads of cushioning, and it looks sick, especially, like, you know, you can look at the sole.
Yeah.
So when people look at that, like on TV, they're gonna be like, I want a pair of those.
I agree.
And right now, there's not a lot of diversity in terms of golf shoes in like the PGA Tour, is there?
No.
It's basically like you're either playing with Nikes, you're playing with Adidas, or you're playing with FootJoys, and the Under Armour, which is Jordan Spieth.
Again,
what else is there? I don't think there's anybody else. And plus, I think John Rahm has his own, like, you know, Cosmo de Duma or something like that. Yeah. But there's nothing else, right? There's nothing that's actually really cool, because you either, like, you know, are the Nikes, right? And you have, like, basically they all wear the similar, like, you know, similar stuff, like monotone colored, you know, golf shoes. Some people wear the Jordans, which is like basically as fancy as it gets, like Tony Finau and Nelly Korda, right? And the rest of them just wear, like, you know, kind of boring FootJoys.
Typical, I know.
Right?
And FootJoys, they're okay.
It's
I mean,
functional.
they're comfortable.
Like, I like FootJoys. I really like them.
Yeah.
But like, they're not cool, are they? They're not cool. And but we're looking at, like, the next generation of golfers.
They're cool because people like Tiger Woods made them cool.
Yes, but they're like
it's
cool for a different reason.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Just by looking.
They're cool. They're cool for, like, the clean, technical, I'm a single-digit handicapper look.
Yes, I agree.
Like, they're not cool as in, oh, I'm gonna wear them to the nightclub.
Yes. Well, yeah. I don't know if you want that. I don't know if you want to wear golf shoes at a nightclub. You know, I think they're two separate things.
I've worn my Jordan, like, golf shoes in nightclubs before.
I think I'm probably the first person in the world that's ever done that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, going back to Tiger Woods leaving Nike, it's like a bittersweet moment. I'm really looking forward to see what Tiger Woods does next, along with Nike. But I genuinely think Nike is gonna just stop making all golf things, anything golf related. But again, if they're looking for the bag, it's like, do these companies like G4 have the equity and the money to be able to give to these players to make it worth them coming over? G4 is only one of hundreds of, like, small, shall we say, golf brands out there. There's so many, like, really, really cool underground golf brands, and I'm glad most of them only ship into America, which is great for me, because that's another one less thing that I'm spending money on. But yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if you know Mr. Beast, yeah, the biggest YouTuber in the world. He's gotten to the point where he is so big that brands literally cannot afford to pay him for branding deals. So he's so big that 1 year budget that, like, brands have, they have to give to just Mr. Beast for one video. And the brands are like, we can't do this. So what Mr. Beast has done, he's gone out and started his own brands. He started, like, a chocolate, a burger thing.
A burger chain.
A burger chain, like merchandise. And he's done all of this by himself. That way, all he's doing in his videos is promoting his own product. That way, he's not waiting for a third party to pay him or get the money that he thinks he deserves to get paid, which is fair enough, because he's getting hundreds of millions of views on every video, whatever. So he's like, why am I going to promote your product when you can't really afford to pay me, when I can just create my own product and then make triple of the money? And I know it's a lot of work, but the only person that could legit start his own brand is Tiger Woods. But then again, he's so...
He is already his own brand.
Exactly.
Like, look at Scotty Scheffler wears Nike shoes that's branded after him.
And Scotty Scheffler wears Tiger Woods shoes, and Tiger Woods doesn't wear Tiger Woods shoes. It's mad.
Exactly. It's mad. And he's the number one in the world.
I know, it's crazy. So the way I'm looking at it, right? If Tiger Woods was like a 25-year-old golfer back in the day, and he started his golf brand, yes, it makes sense. But now he's like 47, 48, on the back end of his career. I don't know if it's almost worth it for him to start his own golf brand. I think it's a bit too late. If Rory McIlroy has started his own golf brand, will it work? Is he that cool where everyone's going to be like, oh my God, we need to crash this website and buy everything? Because I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, people want to invest in something that's cool. That's like, I'm proud to wear Nike because Tiger Woods wears Nike. I wear Nike because Tiger Woods wears Nike. I don't wear Nike because Rory or Scotty Scheffler wear Nike. Does that make sense?
100%.
Obviously, it's cool, and I'm like looking at them like, oh, cool. They got Nike, and obviously, I love Nike because it's just a clean look on the professional golfer and the PGA Tour, because there's no other branding. They're not covered in logos and all that stuff, and I think it's really cool. But again, it's just that. Are these people, apart from Tiger, is there anybody that's as cool as Tiger Woods that can start their own golf brand and it could legit be successful? It's tough.
I don't think a single person. No, it's really tough. It's really tough.
There's too much money. Sorry, no. They're going to spend too much money risking on if this is going to work or not. Like, it's not a guaranteed thing.
So that's why I think, like, Tiger Woods is kind of stuck in a place where the only way he can move forward is create his own brand, right? And like focus on that, because no brand, like if Nike is going to get out of like the golf business, okay, there's Adidas, but Adidas, like, I don't know, like possibly Adidas, but that's like the only other like, big manufacturer who has the budget to really afford Tiger Woods.
I don't think would
I don't even think, I mean, Titleist can't afford them, like just for the FootJoy brand. G4 certainly can't afford him. I don't think so. So you can't think about a single like large like golf apparel brand that can afford him, which is, I guess, why Nike kind of like, said goodbye, sayonara in the first place, because, the market isn't big enough to pay him 200, 300 million every 10 years.
I agree. Which I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I think
it's super interesting.
It'd be interesting if like all these people kind of teamed together and made their own brand. That would be pretty cool. Like if Rory, Tiger Woods.
I mean, look,
Brooks,
they already have that. They already have that golf league, right?
Exactly.
So it could very well be that they're going to focus the time on that golf league brand, and you already are seeing, like, in terms of live golf, right? Each team is becoming a franchise, and they they're selling all these Crushers gears. Like every team is becoming its own brand, and that, what's it called again, TMRW Golf, like TGL Golf League, could very well be a brand that Tiger chooses to focus on next and start releasing TGL branded apparel, shoes, whatsoever.
I'd love to see. Well, first of all, I would love to see Tiger Woods play golf like properly. I'd love to see him make a cut. I wonder what he'd... I can't wait for the first time now, after today. See what he will wear on Sunday.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Very. I think...
I mean, he's going to wear red, isn't he? I mean...
Yes. So is there such thing... This might be a dumb question. Is there such thing as like Tiger Red? Does Nike...
I mean, this?
Yes. So that's a shade of red, right? Does Nike own the copyrights to that specific shade of red that Tiger Woods wears?
That's interesting. We can definitely look that up.
Does Nike own the colour? Nothing is coming up.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's like a.
You can own
I don't
a
think you can own
specific
that
color.
colour.
I think you no.
Hmm.
So what I'm thinking is Nike and Tiger Woods have left on such a good note. I wouldn't be surprised if Tiger Woods wears a different brand of clothing, but that is Tiger Red, like that specific shade of Tiger Red. And I don't think Nike would care if they own that color.
No.
Just because of
No.
he's given you so much over the years. You've obviously given him a lot. You're going to get out the space, so it makes no difference to you. Like, who cares? Let the man wear that specific red. Because you can't imagine Tiger Woods playing golf on a Sunday and not wearing that red shirt.
No,
Come
you
on.
can't.
So
Well, but let's make sure he gets to play on a Sunday first, right?
Yes, yeah. But again,
which I mean, again, just to kind of, I guess, cap this off, just kind of makes you think how crazy it is that Jordan, can have such a long-lasting relationship with Nike, right? Has like such a huge brand. I mean, it's like a whole business case, I guess, right? Like how he was able to like utilize his fame, creating his own brand within Nike. I'm pretty sure there's like multiple case studies about this whole thing, right? But even to this day, the Jordan brand is such a successful, right, part of Nike that Nike can't just kind of spin off or do whatsoever like they did to kind of, I guess, think about Tiger Woods. But then again, basketball is a more popular sport, I guess, in terms of viewership than golf.
Yeah.
So,
but it's crazy. It's crazy what Michael Jordan has done for Nike. It's just Nike in general, man. It's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Anyway, moving on. There's this challenge that I want to challenge you, Chenji, and you, the listeners or viewers, that I think everybody should get on board with this. I've seen a couple of people post about it online, and I've seen one person, James Gregg. He is a Radio 5 host, and also he's a commentator on the DP World Tour and PGA Tour. Very, very cool. Very, very cool guy. I'm hoping to get him on the podcast soon. We'll see how that works out. He posted about this challenge that he's going to start doing with his friends. And on the flip side of it, I've actually seen Northern Ball Markers, Dan, I believe his name is, which is another guy that I'm trying to get on the podcast. We've been speaking with him. So it's basically called, I don't know if this is a new thing or if this is happening, it's been happening for ages and I've just caught wind of it. It's called basically like a birdie challenge where every time you get a birdie, you put it in a tally. And then at the end of the year, you've seen how many birdies you've made. So what I've done is I've downloaded an app, like a tally chart app, and I've created 2024 golf rounds and 2024 birdies shot, for example. So every time I play golf, I'm going to put that golf, that a tally, that marker, I'm going to put it up one. And every time I get a birdie, I'm going to mark it down. My target is to have more birdies than golf rounds.
Ooh,
is that possible?
That's a pretty good challenge.
Is that possible?
I mean, one birdie each round, as you got to kind of witness at the Rick Shields birdie challenge.
Dude, it's
hard.
It's very hard for us.
It is hard
for our handicap.
But hey, look, it's certainly possible, and you've certainly done it before, where you had 3 birdies in one game. So
yeah, but that's so rare.
One round.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna try. So I've already started. I have in 2024. I have 1 round under my belt with 0 birdies. So it's not going off to plan.
It is winter, right? It's more difficult to score birdies in the winter.
Yeah. Let's just say that. Let's use that as an excuse. Yeah. Speaking of scoring birdies,
that's going to be very challenging. That's going to be very challenging, but you know, I'm up for it.
So so everybody listening, download the Tally Chart app, or even like a little spreadsheet on your phone or on Excel or something. Mark down every time you get a birdie and every time you play a round of golf. At the end of the year, we will bring this back, and I will ask you, Chenji, and the listeners to get in touch to let me know how many rounds you've played in 2024 and how many birdies you have gotten in 2024. The challenge is to get more birdies than golf rounds played in 2024. And what Northern Ball Markers are actually doing, which is actually really, really cool, you can go on the website now and buy this marker that's literally It's a ball marker that is the shape of a bird, and it's got your name on it. And what you do is you buy it now, and then this time next year you send it back to Dan at Northern Ball Markers, and he actually marks, he engraves 2024 and how many birdies you've gotten on that year. So, and then he sends it back to you, and you've got a little personalized ball marker with how many birdies you have gotten in 2024. And I think that's such a cool little thing. And
that's pretty sick.
I know, it's pretty sick. So shout out to Northern Ball Markers. I've actually recently bought a couple of bits from the website. You might have a present, you might not. I might reveal it in a couple of episodes. We'll see. It's pretty cool. That's what I'm going to say. You've got some presents coming your way, big man. Speaking of presents, I need to come see you and get that G4 stuff, dude, because I want to wear it.
It's literally all there.
I need to tell you how much money I owe you, and I need to come and collect it, dude.
Plus interest.
Yeah, it's taking up space, valuable space on your couch that you don't need. That, you know, on your, I know exactly where it is. Is it on that therapy couch that nobody ever sits on?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
yep.
what I know.
It literally is right next there. It literally is right there.
Yeah. So I got a golf trip booked in a few weeks' time. I'm going to Portugal in February.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind wearing one of them pairs of foot choice.
I mean, look, if somehow I don't see you in person, I'll just send this over to you. But like, I'm sure I'll get to see you like in the next 2 weeks. Anyway.
I hope so. We'll figure something out. Either you come up or I come down. Dude, I'm playing Hollingwell tomorrow. Do you know Hollingwell?
Yeah. Oh no way.
It's number 47 in the top 100. I didn't know this.
Didn't you play the other day?
I did.
Is that your second time?
So
why are you playing it again? Oh my god, it's like £160 or something.
No. It's £90. His winter fees is £90. And the reason why I'm playing again is because it's winter, dude. There's nowhere open in the Midlands. You know, Kibworth, which is Stell's club, is not opening is projected to open in March because the floods were that bad. Because the floods were that bad, they're like it's unplayable. Everything is flooded, and by the time everything's dried out and they've fixed the golf course, apparently they're projecting that it's going to be ready in March.
That's crazy.
I know. So I'm googling like sand-based golf courses around my area to go and play. And obviously we played Hollingwell a few weeks ago, and tomorrow it's cold but the sun's out. So I'm like, let's go play Hollingwell again. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'm gonna go like 4 hours before my round, and I'm gonna like go in the chipping area and practice and just do some work because I haven't really touched the club over the time that we haven't done a podcast. I haven't played any golf. I haven't done anything. So I want to get back into the grind. So
I did stop by like a Seaside Links course the other day, like last weekend. Rye Golf Club, which is near Rye, in Hastings, right in the south coast.
Dude, I saw incredible. That on this list. It's like top. I literally saw it on the top 100.
Yeah, it's top 100. It looks incredible, man. It looks like straight out of a Scottish links course, and I was walking on the wing. Basically, it was like a competition going on. It was like the annual, like a 4-day competition. So the whole course was closed. And it's an annual competition between Oxford and Cambridge Golfing Society, basically.
Yeah.
Called the President's Putter. And I was walking on the course in my fake Cambridge bag so I could blend in.
Yeah, of course.
The conditions are amazing. Dude, like, you wouldn't believe that this was like in the middle of winter.
Is this
like,
the old course or the Jubilee course? Or you don't know?
The old course, I don't know. I mean, there's 2 courses there, but like I think both look quite sick. But literally, like the grass was dry.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, it's been raining for like a week, right?
Dude, yes. Why is it so difficult for golf clubs to have like sand-based golf, especially in England when all we get is rain? How expensive is it?
Because it's not something that you can like, unless you got like billions to like blow on sand. You have to depend on what the ground is actually like. You can't just change the geographical like you can't change nature. Like you can't change the land where it sits on.
Hold on, dude.
Like there's only like different types of but the sand base doesn't mean that like you're building the golf course with sand. Sand base means that the ground where the golf course that you're building sits on
is already sand.
Is sand based, right? It's not like a clay or it's like a what's it even called? Like it's some geo. What's the word for it? Like geo. like study of rocks whatsoever, like geology.
Geology.
It's some proper geology kind of stuff.
What? Okay, hold on.
Like North London, for example, there is no like North London. It's a specific type of turf called North London clay. So in North London, you will not find a single golf course which is like sand based, right? And those kind of sand based, you can only find like cliffside and like the seaside, and and maybe if you find a patch of land like Hollingwell, like, and you spend a lot of money on it, like, yes, but making it sand, it drains better because, that particular piece of land and soil and terroir is
well, okay, I didn't realize that the base of the ground had to be sand. Obviously that helps out because you save money, but I mean, thought,
yes,
just
if you
put
like
sand down and then put.
Imagine how expensive it is to lay like this much sand, yeah, like on like a huge hectares like worth of like a golf course, and that much sand, like meaning this thick, is not going to do anything for like in terms of drainage. You need like proper.
That's interesting. We need to get Callum on from JCB, and you can explain all of this in detail.
100%.
That's pretty cool. I thought you just put like a little sand, like just sprinkle sand on the floor and then you're good to go. I didn't realize you need like 20 feet of sand below that, because that makes so much sense. Because then the rain hits the sand and then it just goes at the bottom. It doesn't stay on top. So you need a lot of sand to make sure that that all that water just goes towards the bottom. That's so interesting, dude. I just thought you literally spring. That just shows how much I know about all of this.
Just go to the beach, shovel some sand, go back to the golf course, and lay it around.
That's interesting. Well, listen, you learn something new every single day.
But again, it's incredible how well these like links courses drain. And I would love to live by the seaside near one of those courses where where it's playable all year round.
Yeah.
But
I've noticed this year I've played way more golf over the winter than I've played any other time of my life, right? Which is cool. But what's putting me off playing, I'm like, I can't wait to go and play golf tomorrow. I can't wait to go play. I've got my clothes ready by my bedside table. I've got my shoes and my clubs all clean. I've got everything's ready. And then I go there and I tee off on the first shot. I hit the first shot on a winter mat, which is cool. And then I go on the rough or in the fairway to hit my second shot. And as soon as I hit it, and I realize that I'm losing my balance because I'm slipping all over the place and it's all clay and it's all wet and muddy. And I'm like hearing this squish, squish, squish over my footsteps. I'm like, why the hell am I out here doing this, putting myself through this? This is not going to be fun. I'm not going to enjoy myself. It's just, why am I here? Every single time. But if we had a sand-based course where, dude, last time I played Hollingwell, it was raining for like 4 days in advance. When I got there, it was pissing it down with rain. And I'm like, I just wasted £90 here because we're going to go play and it's just going to be horrible. Dude, you can literally put your hands on the grass and the grass is not even really that wet. Anywhere else in the UK, you can't play. Like, you put your foot on the ground and your foot just the clay just kind of molds around your foot. I'm like, if only Hollingwell was saying that, I would love to know how much Hollingwell. I'm going to ask tomorrow, let you know next week, how much Hollingwell membership is. I reckon it must be 5-6 grand.
I don't think it's going to be that much, but it's going to be very it's going to be a long wait list to actually get in, right? So
how I forgot what I was going to ask. What's membership at Moore Park?
Like, I think that the most expensive one, if you're top, if you're over 40, I think it's like £4,000 per year.
Surely this top 100 golf course is top 50 is 47th on the top 100 list. It's more than £4 grand. I think
Walton Heath is like £3,500 a year, and it's like top 10 or something. I don't know, top 20.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you'd be surprised how cheap a lot of these expensive courses are. They're exclusive, and the reason why the membership is so cheap is because visitors pay so much money to actually play there.
Exactly. How much is a normal round of golf at Moore Park without being a member or nothing or a guest? Do you know?
I think £120.
Yeah, okay. £120, and at Hollingwell it's £190, which is a lot, man. It's a lot. Saying that, dude, Hollingwell.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's a lot of courses where the memberships are cheaper compared to the day rates, right? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, Sherwood Forest. I don't remember now on top of my head. I think it's £120 or £140 to play there. Obviously, the first time we went to play, it was £100 back like 2 years ago. Had a horrible experience. I complained to the manager, and he ended up giving me a pass for 4, and I used it a few months ago. Shall I say? And I can genuinely say that it's actually worth £120, right? And I can probably sit here and say that if you have £200 to waste, a good place to waste it is at Hollingwell. Dude, it's such an incredible golf course. It's not like picturesque in the sense of mountains and views and water and, you know, all that stuff. But it's such a weird, beautiful golf course where the golf hole is literally in between the ravine and in between the mountain, shall I say. And the green is just a green, and then it's just hills all around, like that massive hill all around the green. It's proper. I can't even explain it. I'll take some videos. Tomorrow. But it's such a nice golf course. I can't wait to play it tomorrow.
Do you want to know how much Sherwood Forest is in terms of like annual membership? You would be so surprised.
Go on.
You wouldn't believe it. Have a guess though. Like just based on like the fact that they cost like £120 a round.
Well, I would say between 3 and 4 grand.
Be prepared to shatter your mind, yeah?
Oh my God, here we go.
Full male membership for the 22-23 year, which is what I've had, like, which is like the last year, right? Full membership, £1,418. If you are 30 years old, it's £1,046. If you're 25 years old, it's £672.
That is so cheap. That makes sense.
If you are like my cousin, who's like this, you know, I'm pretty sure he's single digit handicap now, and he's only 10 years old. He pays £11 a year.
As a junior golfer?
Yeah. As a junior golfer, like under 10 golfer pays £11. Under 13 golfer pays £53.
That's brilliant. See,
and if you're a university student, like, you know, let's say you study at, you know, University of Nottingham, you pay £281.
It's
crazy.
Being a student member at Ashbourne is more expensive than being a student member at Sherwood Forest. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. But it's crazy. I've
got a friend that's a member at a friend of a friend is a member at Sherwood Forest, and this friend, Corey, actually, he listens to the podcast. You must know him.
Yeah.
Great guy. He said to me that if you go as a guest with this member, it's only £25 a round. I'm like, that's nothing, 25. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to rinse your friend dry this year. And he's like, yeah, no problem. But yeah, that's actually quite interesting.
What you need to know is a member at Hollingwell, so that, you know, so make some friends, bro. Make some friends tomorrow,
That's
bro.
your job, dude. I'm not good at doing this.
Oh,
you're the friend guy. You're the guy that just goes in and blends in. It's like, let me tell you about stock options. And everybody wants to be your friend.
Get the Chinese guy to blend in the like middle of nowhere in Scotland, mate.
He's a minority. Get him in. Get him in. Bring him in.
Oh my God.
Anyway, guys, on that note, thank you very much, guys, for listening. It's good to be back. Let's get back on this routine of doing a weekly podcast if we can do. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
And
season 3.
Season 3, legit. Say that, mate. It's gone so fast. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. We will see you or watch you. I don't know. See you again next week. This is rusty. Listen, the intro was great. If you're still listening at this point and you've heard that crap outro, fair play to you. Fair play.
We love you. If you hear this, if you hear this point, Happy New Year. Hope 2024 is going to be incredible. Everyone's going to be a single digit handicap. And
okay.
and everyone's going to have more birdies than they're going to play rounds. So 2024.
Love it. Take care, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.